All right, so starting from verse 7. Atyutkatena nitaram virahanalena dandayamana hridaya kilakapidasi aswami nikshanamiha pranayena gadam akrandanena vidura vilapami paddai. O Swamini. Ha Swamini means O Swamini. O Srimati Radhika. The heart of this maidservant constantly burns in a great fire of separation from you. Being thus afflicted and crying with great love, I lament in the following verses. So it's like the first 6 verses are the introduction, and now she says, burning in this fire of separation, I'm lamenting and weeping and praying for your mercy in the following verses. So now it's like Vilap Kusumanjali is really beginning. The first 6 verses, the introduction is finished, and now he will start. Gurudev makes the point that there are 2 kinds of prayers in Vilap Kusumanjali. One, when he is absorbed as Rati or Tulsi Manjari, and the other in the absorption of being a sadhaka, a practitioner, as Raghunath Das Goswami, an associate of Mahaprabhu. And we should not think that his form as a sadhaka is material. Ultimately, that's his eternal spiritual form in Gaur Lila also. And to teach us how to live as a perfect sadhaka, he also shows us that role of being a sadhaka. There are 2 kinds of swarup avesh, or absorption in one's form. One is Krishna's swarup, and the other is our own swarup. So one kind of avesh or absorption is absorbing our mind in Krishna's form. And another kind is absorbing our mind in our own form. So what is Ramani's form? What is Rasa's form? What is Abhiram's form? What is Mohan's form? We want to absorb ourselves in that kind of meditation. Siddharupena chatrahi. That means meditating on our Siddharup. That bhava lipsuna karya braj olok anusarata. So until we've realized that Swarup, we have not fully matured in spiritual life. Spiritual life doesn't mean just that I'm happy now and peaceful and everything is nice. Then I'm following spiritual life, chanting mantras. Until we have realized the Swarup of Krishna and our own Swarup, our spiritual life has not really matured. So when we are chanting our mantras, our Gayatri mantras, when we are chanting our Harinam mantra, that is one of our primary goals. I want to realize Krishna's form, Radhika's form. What does that mean? We see the deities, but do we see them, in the flesh? Like Bilvamangal saw Krishna, or like Haridas saw Mahaprabhu, or like the Brijbasis see Krishna, like Narad saw Krishna, like our acharyas perceive Krishna. So we want to see Krishna like that, but in order to see Krishna like that, we also need to become acquainted with our own spiritual form. So that's part of our process. How do we get to that stage is not so easy, but we are working towards that. Whether we are gorillas, or monkeys, or manjaris, we pray to Srimati Radhika, let me realize my spiritual form. And in our line, we also were trying to meditate on our Gurudev's Manjari form. If we're following this path of aspiring for Manjari Bhav, then our Guru will also have a form in Manjari Bhav. In Jaiva Dharma, there's a pastime where the Guru was seen by one disciple to be a Saka and another disciple to be a Manjari. So sometimes Guru can manifest different forms according to the qualification of the disciple. But a Saka cannot show a Manjari form, but a Manjari can show a Saka form. In Madhurya Ras, the highest Ras, all the other rasas are present. Sakya Ras, Vatsalya Ras. Just like within earth, fire, air, water, ether are present. So that's why some people say Swami Prabhupada is a Saka. Because according to some disciples' perception, he may be a Saka, but he is also a Manjari. So he cannot be a Manjari and a Saka if he's a Saka, but if he's a Manjari, he can appear also as a Saka to some disciples. Because within 1 rupee, 99 paisa is present. Within $1, 99 cents are present. So he can show that feature because within Madhurya Ras, everything is included. So that's one interesting and important point. And we see that in Jaiva Dharma. And in Jaiva Dharma, the Guru revealed himself as a Saka to the disciple who was in Sakya Ras, as Krishna's friend, a cowherd boy. But he also revealed himself as a Manjari to the disciple who was in that position of being Radhika's Manjari. And the Guru himself was really in this position of being a Manjari. But for the benefit of the disciple, he showed himself as a Saka. And also the gopis, we hear, sometimes the gopis take on the role of Sakas. When Krishna is out grazing the calves, they'll dress as a Saka, they'll tie their chest very tightly, like an actor, and they can take on that role. In this verse, Raghunath says, Kila Kapi Dasi, which means that no one can enter the service of Radhika in a male form. That's the meaning of Kila Kapi Dasi. Where is it in this verse? In the second line, Dandayamanam Hridaya Kila Kapi Dasi, the second line. So what this means is that if you want to serve Srimati Radhika, then you cannot do it in a male form. That's why we say even Giriraj is a Saki. In one Swarup, Giriraj is male. Shivakar Maharaj would say Giriraj has 3 forms. One as Haridas, the servant of Hari, as a regular devotee. One as Radhika's maidservant, Saki, and one as Krishna himself. But when Radha Krishna are meeting in the caves of Govardhan, at that time, Giriraj is only a Saki. That's why you see some devotees worship Giriraj with, painting him as a gopi. And with a braid. At that time, he is Giri Saki. So if we want to serve Radhika, we cannot go in a male form with Purush Bhav. We must become gopis. Prabhuji says that we shouldn't think gopis are ordinary females. Like in this world we have men and women. He said it's a spiritual position and we should not kind of superimpose our own idea about male, female in this world and think, okay, a gopi is like that. It's a transcendental position and there are manifestations of Shakti serving Radha and Krishna. But in a male form we cannot do that. So Raghunath is saying, I cannot serve Radhika as Raghunath Das Goswami, therefore I am Kapi Dasi. Kapi means any. So he said, I am any one of your maidservants, Dasi. So then the next word, Dandayamana Hridaya. He said, my heart is burning. So why is his heart burning if he is Radhika's maidservant always with her? Why is he lamenting? So he says, in this form as a sadhaka, in a male form as Raghunath, I cannot directly see and serve Radhika. So that's why in his external consciousness he is feeling separation. As Raghunath Das Goswami, he's feeling separation. As Rati Manjari, if we look at the verses where Rati is speaking, she's not lamenting in separation. Tvam Rupa Manjari Saki Pratita Puresmin has no mood of separation. Stala Kamalini Yuktam Garvita Kananesmin, the second one, there's no mood of direct separation. And then the third one, Tvam Rup Rati Manjari, where she is bringing Radhika's Mekhala, there's no separation there. So when she is Rati Manjari, she's not feeling separation because she's always with Radhika. But as Raghunath, in the sadhaka form, is Gaura's associate, in that form she is experiencing this moods of separation. So if we are not in Gopi Bhav, it said we can still follow Raghunath Das Goswami, which is an interesting thing. He's saying we can still take shelter of Raghunath and pray like that and gradually advance. So Raghunath is crying, Oh Swamini Radhika, I am any one of your maidservants. I am sitting here on the bank of Govardhan, praying to you out of so much separation, and I am offering these prayers to your lotus feet, and that is Vilap Kusumanjali. So Vilap Kusumanjali is nothing but the prayers of Raghunath Das Goswami to Srimati Radhika to accept him as her maidservant. Gurudev then says the point that if Radhika were to ask, why are you crying? Why are you lamenting? Why are you doing this vilap? Then Rati Manjari will say, I cannot tolerate this fire of separation, virahal nal. And so I'm revealing my heart to you and praying for you to accept me. So there are 2 kinds of bhajan. Everybody knows, right? First kind is vipralamba, in separation. And the second is in meeting, in sambhog. And if we have not met with Krishna, then we have to do bhajan and vipralamba to get to that stage. Therefore, as a sadhaka, we need to cultivate this vipralamba bhav, this mood of praying to see Krishna, praying to see Srimati Radhika, praying to see Braj. That's why we sing songs like Kabe Krishna Dhano Pabo, Hiyarama Jare Tabo. When will I see the beloved of my heart, Shri Krishna? When will I see Shrimati Radhika? We need to develop this mood of Kabe Habe Bolo. When? In all our Acharya songs, we often find these songs with this sentiment of when, and it's aspiring and praying in a mood of separation. What time is it? 10 minutes only. Okay. So then Gurudev quotes this one sloka: Shunyayate mahagostam girindro jagarayate vyagra tundayate kundam jivatu rahitasya me. That I am not able to sustain my life without seeing Radha Krishna and being accepted by Radharani. All of Vrindavan appears desolate and void. Giriraj looks like the mouth of a python trying to swallow me, and Radhakund looks like the mouth of a tigress trying to devour me. So this is his mood. And he's saying we also need to lament like that. And Gurudev makes the point, we need to develop these moods of separation for Gurudev also. That's why Gurudev performs the pastime of disappearing. So we can develop first moods of separation from Gurudev. It's said that you cannot feel separation if you have not had meeting. So since we have not met directly Krishna, it's hard for us to feel separation from Krishna. But we have met Guru. And when we are far away from Guru, then we can develop moods of separation for Guru. And then as we develop our love for Guru, Gurudev can transfer our love to Krishna and awaken our love for Krishna. So it's important we anyhow start to nurture these moods of separation. So even though our Gurudev may have entered Aprakrit Leela, if we are living in this world very happily with no separation, that means there's some lacking in our practice. Like Gurudev leaves and then the next day we're eating pizza and going to the movies and going out and playing with our friends. Leaving tomorrow. Today. So Gurudev said, like we have a separation festival and then one day we're showing some separation, we may be crying, we may be giving a tear, but the rest of the year we're very happily engaged in our activities. So that's not real bhajan. We need to start to weep for mercy. So then Gurudev makes the point, who will feel separation? This book is all about separation. So who will be able to feel separation? Those people who have realized their immense obligation and their indebtedness to Gurudev for everything he has given them and for all the opportunity he has given them. Then they will be able to weep and they will think, I am so low, Gurudev is so high, and yet he is so merciful having come down and given me this opportunity, and yet like we sing this song, Gora Pahu Nabajiya Mainu, Prema Ratanadan Helaya Harainu. Even though Mahaprabhu has given us this great jewel of pure love, I have wasted this life, I have not taken advantage of this. Hari Hari Vipale Janama Goaino. That my life has passed uselessly. Evishaya Halahale Divanishe Hiya Jwale. Day and night I am absorbed in the poison of material existence, of sense gratification. So when we can develop separation from Guru, then we can progress in bhakti. So how to develop separation for Guru? If we don't develop friendship with Guru and a sense of intimate relation with Guru, then we cannot hope to develop separation from Guru. So develop relation with Guru means Vishram Bena Guru Seva. We need to make friendship with him through loving service and by spending time with them. And then we develop a relationship like a friendship. And then if we are absent from them, then we will weep in separation. We see Prabhuji on Gurudev's disappearance day. He was saying, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be in this world. For 1 hour, Prabhuji was weeping in class. Only because he has such an intimate friendship with Gurudev and this real relationship can he cry in separation. You cannot fake tears of love. You cannot fake tears of separation. But without these tears of separation, it's very difficult to progress. And without relationship, we will not feel this separation. Prabhuji tells a funny story. This is a good story. One father died, and he had a son and a daughter. And so the son arranged the Shraddha ceremony after 11 days. He arranged a big ceremony. And so many people were invited, and he did this big fire sacrifice, and he spent so much money doing all these arrangements. His sister had one boy, one son, young boy, 2 or 3 years old. And his sister wasn't so involved in the ceremony. And it said that after the ceremony was finished, he consulted his guru that, is my father happy with the Shraddha? Is he pleased? And has he accepted the offering and then been liberated? And so his Gurudev told him, no, the Shraddha wasn't successful yet. He said, why not? He said, you have to figure out the cause. So then the Guru said, the daughter of your father didn't weep. He said, she hasn't shed any tear, and you also haven't shed any tear. You're only doing the external ceremony. And so your father in his spirit form is watching the Shraddha, but he sees there's no lamentation. Nobody really cares about him. So the Shraddha is not successful. So then the Guru said, okay, do one thing. You should go and pinch and tease her son until he cries and runs to his mother complaining about you. And maybe that will work. So it said that the brother, he went and pinched the baby boy and poked him until he started crying like anything. And then he ran to his mom. Mama, 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 oh, uncle's being so mean, you know. And then it said that when her child was crying uncontrollably, then her heart also melted and she wept a tear and said, oh, if father was here, then my brother would never be able to do this. And she cried one tear. And then afterwards, her brother went to the Guru, and the Guru said, now the Shraddha is successful because she cried a tear for her father. So anyhow, somehow or other, we need to awaken moods of love for our Guru and show genuine love. It said one tear is more valuable than so many external endeavors without any love. That's why bhakti is two things. Bhakti is bhav and kriya. Kriya means your action, and bhav means your mood. You may be working day and night, but if you have no mood of love, then that's not so valuable. But you may be very weak and not able to do so much service, but your mood is very pure, and you have so much love, and you're always praying and crying to Gurudev, then that's more valuable. But ultimately, we want to do both. We want to do seva with our body and develop a mood in our heart. Sorry, I had an idea, but okay, anyhow. So, bhav and kriya. So separation is like this. We need to start to develop the moods of separation. And to get separation from Guru, we need to develop friendship with Guru. If we don't have the chance to have close friendship with Guru, we must make relationship with Vaishnavas or Shiksha Guru. Somehow or other, we must make a spiritual relationship. And that relationship must be with someone who has a higher relationship himself or herself. If the Shiksha Guru we are taking shelter of, or the Vaishnava we are taking shelter of, if they don't have relationship with Guru and Krishna, then they can't help us. Then our relationships will just take us down lower and lower. But if they have a higher relationship and we attach to them in relationship, then they will lift us up. But somehow or other, with someone or other, we must develop a spiritual relationship, and then we can start to be uplifted. And if we develop a real loving friendship with them, through that loving friendship, when we're absent from them, then separation will purify all our anarthas. So we'll just end on this thing. Yesterday, 2 days ago, you asked this question, that how can we tolerate our anarthas? We have so many different anarthas.